Let's go.
Oh, the baby's gonna start talking now? Possibly? Oh, yeah, she said mama. First word, mama, not papa. Can you say papa now? Papa. Papa. Oh, there you go. Wow, that's great. Impressive. Zelda is very smart. I mean, come on, Chase. All babies learn to talk. I don't think she's particularly smart. She's just, you know, doing what she normally does. But look at that. Now you can talk to the baby and she'll say different things. I guess, maybe, if we keep talking. Yeah, little bits of different dialogue here. I don't know if that will change as the time goes on. But anyhow, hello and welcome back to Tree of Tranquility. That is the next step in our baby's development, obviously. I was hoping for a full-grown child, but I guess we have to wait until their first birthday rolls around. Our baby was born on the first day of fall, and so I'll probably have to wait until fall to actually see her grow up fully. Does Chase have anything to say about this? He does. And from the last video, the one thing I learned about talking to villagers about your child is that the marriage candidates all seem to say something unique about your child's stages of development. I found that the villagers didn't. If I was just talking to a regular villager, they didn't really have anything to say in terms of my child starting to walk. But when I talked to marriage candidates, both male and female, they all seemed to have some sort of unique dialogue relating to my child walking. So I'm going to go out and test that today and see if that theory still holds up and if they have anything to say about it. And we'll just go and start our summer. All the animals are okay. I haven't had any deaths. All the animals are healthy. And I just let them out on sunny days as per usual. In the springtime, I was planting herb seeds. These were green herb seeds that I had planted. And the reason I was doing that was because I give tea out, the herbal tea, to a lot of the villagers. And using 2 herbs, I could make one for free instead of having to buy one. And I could also use the herbs to dye stuff. And they're relatively easy to grow and pretty cheap to buy. So I can see here obviously that they are still growing. Yeah. But I don't think that they will actually come in before they die. I think if you have something growing into the first or second day of the season, they might come in, but after that they'll die. However, I might as well water these and see if they come in tomorrow. And if not, then a little bit of money wasted. I think I planted these really late. I had sort of forgotten the time. I didn't really think about it. And then I realized, oh wow, it's really late into the season. So I went ahead and I've prepared and I've purchased some blue herb seeds, which is nice because blue is the most profitable color that you can grow. Most profitable color that you can dye your yarns and things like that as well. So may or may not be using those for teas. I might use the less valuable ones that I have in my inventory since I have a lot of green still from growing these. I have some red, I've got some yellow as well. You can see I have 23 green herbs at the moment. All the animals are good, and all the silkworms are also good. I'll go in and feed them. A couple of eggs here to grab. And I guess I'll turn these into mayonnaise while I'm here. You can see my money kind of bounces up and down. Obviously, I haven't really recorded all of spring. I kind of did the whole season by myself, but my money really goes up and down. I will continue to ship all my animal products. I'll do the occasional fishing and the occasional foraging, and that money basically makes up for what I buy in gifts for different villagers. Because I'm still working very diligently on befriending the villagers and getting their hearts up and seeing all their unique sort of dialogue and learning about them. And because I'm not growing a lot of stuff, and because I would rather ship the animal products for money, I usually just buy gifts, if I can find them, for various villagers. Because at this point, there really isn't a whole lot else to spend my money on. And if we go to the orchard, we should have oranges coming in during the summer. We had cherries in spring. Now obviously I think it's a little early for the oranges to come in. We'll have to wait a couple of days for them to drop off the tree, but you can see that I do have 2 orange trees here, so I will be able to get some oranges, which will be nice. Straighten up this field a little bit here. Clean out some of these weeds. And I got a few little trees sprouting up that I can also get rid of. Oh, I don't want to chop down my tree. That would not be good. If I wanted to, I could chop down some of these other trees I'm not using and plant other ones, but I'm pretty satisfied with what I have here. I've got something growing in every season, so I have that to look forward to. Now, is Luke prowling around the forest? He actually is not. I was going to talk to him and see if he had any unique dialogue about my baby, but I can always go talk to Owen or Calvin or Phoebe or someone. I usually stop in the mine and I like to give them gifts. I like to give Heath and Calvin and Phoebe gifts just because they're always generally here in the same spot. And I'll speak to Owen here while he's around and I'll see if he has anything to say. Yeah, see, he has something unique to say about it. And I'm sure that the other marriage candidates will as well. So it's kind of odd because in the beginning, when you have a baby or when you're expecting a baby, I think all of the villagers have something to say about that. I think they'll all kind of give, you know, congratulations on having a baby and whatnot, but as time goes on and your child grows up, only certain villagers will actually have dialogue pertaining to that, so it's still nice to see that some villagers are paying attention, and it's also nice that it doesn't matter if they're married or not, and they have children of their own, they'll still say something about it. Because obviously Owen's not married, but if I were to talk to Phoebe, I'm sure she would say something about it. And obviously she's married now and has her own son. Or maybe she won't, I don't know. But I'll probably go around and talk to all of them and see if they have anything interesting to say about it. I'm really surprised that their son isn't there. He usually is in the mine with them, but maybe he's somewhere else or he'll arrive later. Oh, there he is. So I usually give him and Phoebe 2 green herbs a day because they're gifts that they both like and I can increase their friendship that way. And obviously it's convenient that I have them in my inventory already. I'm gonna go and check to see if there's any herbs at the ranch district real quick. I find that Van and Angie usually hang out in this area together. They like to play together. Heath is always at the mine, and I haven't really had a chance to track Matt down and see what his schedule is like. Now, Matt is Renee and Toby's son, and he's only just been added as a villager. I've only met him, I think, a week or two ago, and I haven't really had a chance to really see where he's at. But I think he does a lot of fishing, and I think he hangs out at On the Hook quite a bit with his dad. So we could go to Waffle Town and meet with him and see what he's like, since he's kind of the last rival child that we had born in the village. It's a Sunday, so Chase is walking around since it's his day off today. And if it's early enough in the morning, I'll try and stop into people's houses and give them some gifts. I'll stop by Julius and Candace's, or I'll stop by Jen and Anessa's, and I'll try to give their kids gifts before they leave the house, because I find that the children leave home pretty early, and I'm usually just too lazy to go all the way up to the Brownie Ranch district since it's pretty far away. And Luna, I don't really have any good gifts for her. I find her to be kind of one of the more pickier villagers. There's really not a lot that she really likes. She likes the purple herbs, so I usually give those to her if I have them, but I don't always. And a lot of the shops today, of course, are closed because it's a Sunday, so I can't really go into a lot of the businesses. I do know that On the Hook is open, though. I do believe that they're closed on Mondays, so we will be able to go and speak to Matt, but the inn is closed, the tailor is closed, Town Hall is closed, and it looks like little Matt is walking out of On the Hook right now, so we should be able to catch him. Yeah, here he is. So my big head is kind of blocking the way. You can't really see the kid too well. If I kind of talk to him from the side, you can see here that he's got light brown hair, which he's kind of inherited from his mother. And he's a good little mix between Renee and Toby. I like that all of the children are really a nice mix between the two parents, both in personality and in looks. And he's very sort of laid back, just like his dad. Kind of carefree. And Van actually wasn't at the mining district today, so that's kind of crazy. I don't think I really see him at the clinic very much, despite the fact that his dad works there. And we got some tea for Perry and Irene. Again, I'm working a lot on the villagers I can find in Waffle Town, just because it's closest to me, and I've had some pretty good success with that. And you can see here, of course, now that we've talked to Jin, he'll have something to say about our child as well. So, yeah, if you're curious about what the villagers have to say, I would go around and talk to all the marriage candidates and just see what they have to say about your child's different stages of development. And I think that's really about it. I'll probably just go back home now. I'll say hi to Taylor while I'm here. I don't really give him gifts, but he always kind of hangs out around my house, and just by talking to him every day, I've managed to get his friendship up. Not by a lot, but we're working on it. Did I ship everything today? I didn't ship my mayonnaise. No, I didn't. I'm also gonna ship my cherries, since I do have some in my fridge, and I don't think that I need them. I need to either buy or make more tea. I'm running a little bit low. And I'll have to also go in the animal barn and make some yarn and thread at some point. I'll probably wait till I have a couple more cocoons and balls of wool before I do that, though. It was Chase's birthday at the end of spring, and I was hoping for a birthday event with him, but nothing came of that. So there wasn't any unique dialogue or unique cutscene to show your spouse's birthday. Otherwise, I would have done a little video for that, or maybe I would have done an update. And of course, again, looking at the calendar, we don't really have a whole lot going on here. Nothing that we haven't seen before. And again, I was married last year, and I attended these festivals with my spouse just to see if anything changed, and so I've sort of already gone over that. My birthday is a day before my baby's birthday, so the end of the month is my birthday, and then on fall day 1, Zelda should be a year old, and by that point, if she's not fully grown up, I am going to scream, but I'm almost positive that at that point, she'll be a child and we can actually interact with her and talk with her, and we can have a fully grown child just like the rest of the villagers do. I don't know how their kids grew up faster than mine. Maybe they're feeding them some sort of growth formula, or they are in with some sort of cult and have some black magic. I don't know, but either way, we're still stuck with a toddler. But she is starting to talk, and she'll still walk around. She'll still walk around outside, and she's pretty steady on her feet, which is nice to see. Nice to see her getting outdoors. And just to give you a quick run through of the friendship levels, you can see that there's quite a few villagers I've managed to get to the max from the last time I did an update, including Selena, Candace, and Anessa. Jake is very, very close. I've been giving him and Colleen gifts now for probably close to 2 months, and they're only starting to finally get all the way up near the top. You can also see that Hayden is getting very, very close to the top. Phoebe, Perry and Irene, Calvin, I've been giving Maya lots of gifts, Kathy, Renee, Shelly, Luna. So all of these sort of Waffletown people. Renee, I'll give her gifts if I just happen to pass by her. Our child, we get friendship from just by talking to. The children, of course, I'll give gifts to them when I see them. And I have to sort of focus on the Mine District villagers at some point, because they're obviously quite far behind. Bo and Chloe only have 3 hearts. You know, Craig and Ruth, I don't really speak to them all that much. I don't really talk to Barbara and Simon all that much, despite the fact that they do live in Waffletown. So you can see that it kind of trickles down as I go, but for the most part, you can see I have done a considerable amount of work, and we do have a lot of villagers that are at a pretty decently high heart level. So when I max out a friendship, I basically just move on to the next person, and I focus on other gifts, and I focus on seeing them and giving them gifts instead, and hopefully I'll have everyone close to max, if not maxed. And because I have to play for another month, I've got a lot of time to do that, and hopefully I'll have some more friendships sort of maxed out. And I also did go ahead and I put the Seedling of Hope in my bag, because I do hope to plant that sometime in the near future. I learned that you can plant it, but you don't actually have to see the cutscene for the tree. If you don't want to, you can put that off as long as you want. And so we might just take a day, stroll up to the mountain, and we'll plant this, maybe do some mining for old time's sake, I don't know. Either way, I will probably just keep playing as I've done, going through the days as quickly as I can, just to sort of see the next stage in baby's development, and updating you on anything if and when it comes up. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I hope that I will see you next time.